In 2007, the richest people in America paid a lower tax rate than their own secretaries. And a few years ago, one of the richest men alive paid $0 in income tax. Zero. No crime, no secret island, no shady accountant. Completely, boringly legal. Because the rich worked out one thing nobody ever taught you. Using your own money is for poor people. They barely touch their own cash, and that single habit is the exact move they use to get richer while they sleep, completely legally, and the reason almost everything you were told about money was quietly designed to keep you out of the game. This isn't a motivational speech. It's a breakdown of the machine. And once you see how it works, your own bank account is going to start to look like a slow-motion robbery.
Start with something insane. Steve Jobs ran Apple for $1 a year. Zuckerberg, $1. Elon Musk takes no salary at all. The most powerful business people on Earth looked at a paycheck, the thing you wake up at 6 a.m. for, and said no thanks. Why would a billionaire refuse to get paid? Because a salary is the most heavily taxed money there is. The second it lands, the government has already taken a third. So the rich don't get paid in salary. They get paid in ownership, and ownership plays by completely different rules. You chase a bigger paycheck. They avoid paychecks on purpose. There are two money games being played, and you were only handed the rules to one. Yours, you work, you get taxed before you even see it, you spend what's left, and you save a little pile of cash. Honest, and a trap. Because the rich look at that saved cash the way you'd look at someone setting their money on fire.
The rich never hold cash. To them, it's a melting ice cube. Inflation eats it daily. Leave it in a drawer for 20 years and half of it just evaporates. And that safe savings account you were told to open, it pays you maybe 3%. Inflation eats 6%. Your money is shrinking while you save it. A savings account is a government-approved, perfectly legal way to slowly get poorer, and they called it saving. So the rich flip it. The instant cash touches their hands, they turn it into an asset that grows and pays them. Yours is in a drawer. Theirs is out working a night shift. But owning assets is just the setup. The real trick, the one that feels almost illegal, is what they do next.
When a rich person wants money, they don't sell, and they don't earn it. They borrow. Real example, Elon takes no paycheck, so when he needs billions in cash, he points at his Tesla shares and the bank hands him billions, using the stock as collateral. Why is this genius? 1, a loan is not income, so it is not taxed. The government can't touch a cent. 2, the crazy part, the interest might be 2 or 3%, while the stock he borrowed against grows 10% a year. The loan literally makes him richer than it costs. Selling is for amateurs. Investors even named the move, buy, borrow, die. And the die part is the most ruthless of all.
Now sit with this one. Money you earn by working is taxed the highest, up to 40, even 50%. Money you make by owning, stocks and property going up, is taxed far less, often half. And money you borrow is taxed nothing. So look at what that means. The harder you work for a paycheck, the bigger the bite they take. Own things instead, they take less. Borrow against what you own, they take nothing. The system isn't rewarding hard work. It is taxing it. It punishes the exact thing you were raised to be proud of. That's why one report found the 25 richest Americans paid a true tax rate of about 3% on how much their wealth actually grew. 3%. You probably pay 10 times that for the crime of working for it.
You've been told inflation is bad. For you, it is, but secretly it works for the rich. It eats cash, so the saver loses. It lifts asset prices, so the owner wins. And the sneaky one, it shrinks debt. Owe $1 million while inflation halves the value of money, and you repay a loan worth far less than you borrowed. The rich hold assets and debt, so they win twice. Their assets float up, their loans melt away, while the responsible saver bleeds out. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed, just not for you.
And the rich barely use their own money. They use yours. Your savings in the bank don't sit there. The bank lends them out to the people buying the assets. The rich control whole empires while putting in shockingly little of their own cash. It's called leverage.
one of their dollars controlling 100 of someone else's. That's not a loophole. That's the whole game.
Now the coldest move. Why die still holding the debt? Because in much of the world, when the rich die and pass their assets to their kids, the tax on decades of growth, gains they borrowed against but never paid tax on, quietly resets to zero. Buy the asset, borrow against a tax for your whole life, die, and hand it down with the taxes erased. A perfect closed loop running in broad daylight the whole time.
So look at what you were taught. Work hard. Save. Avoid debt. 3 rules, and everyone keeps you exactly where you are. The rich do the opposite of all 3. They refuse the paycheck and own instead. They use debt as a tool, and they never hold cash. Nobody's exactly lying to you. You were just trained to be a good little worker, and they were trained to be an owner. 2 different schools, and you were only enrolled in one. Money was never about how hard you work. It's about whether your money is working or sitting in a drawer, quietly dying.
So, the real question isn't how much you earn. It's whether your money is working a night shift or melting in a drawer. And if that rewired how you see your bank account, you're not ready for what's next, because it gets worse. The banks create money out of literally nothing every day, and that's why your savings keep losing value. That one's next. Subscribe, and let's pull the curtain all the way back.